Okay, MegaWhale team, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin, and we're going to be taking a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap and using that to hopefully predict the next move. If you have any questions about today's video, please leave them down in the comments below. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Telegram, and contact me for VIP memberships in the description below. Before we get stuck into it, I do want to announce our $100 giveaway winner. And this individual, we posted this on Twitter a few hours ago. If this is you, congratulations. Please contact me in the link in the description to claim your prize. Remember guys, every single giveaway we do, you'll be automatically entered if you are subscribed to the channel. So you don't need to do anything to enter. If you are subscribed, you're automatically entered, and we select a random winner from the list in our subscription list. Let's get stuck right in. So Bitcoin's in quite a tricky spot. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and we can see the recent price action for Bitcoin here. And there's a lot going on the chart. I was actually, in fact, going to do a video for Matic Network today, a technical analysis for Matic Network, but I decided, you know what, Bitcoin's in a bit more of an important position. I think we're going to do a video for Bitcoin instead. And we can see we're in this ascending channel, and there's a lot going on here because I've annotated this for my VIP. But we can see we had these rejections at this trend line, which is 44,400. Very, very major support line currently, right? This is a very major support line, the most important support line on that short-term chart, which we'll be taking a look at today. We had these higher highs, obviously neutral lows, higher lows, neutral highs, meaning we had this ascending triangular formation pushing us upwards, breaking over that 42,000 kind of high level, pushing upwards above the ascending resistance of the ascending channel into this higher range, which is this dotted line, and then obviously consolidated and dropped below, finding support again on 44,400. So that's kind of what's happened in the last few days. Moving forward, we have this down sloping resistance line. Of course, this orange line here is 48K. This is a major resistance we need to break above. We kind of dipped downwards to have 44K, 44.4, pushed back upwards, consolidated, retrace, and had a fake out last night. This fake out sent us back above this ascending resistance line, but it did not close above. And this is very important, guys, because a lot of people got very, very bullish here, and we didn't say anything. We just kind of let it happen because we're aware, you know, and as long as we are not getting above 48K, we're not bullish. So we're waiting for 48K. We break 48K, we're bullish. Anything below that, it doesn't matter to us. It's just a little move upwards, a little consolidation, a little normal price action moves between support and resistances. That's all it is. Currently, we're finding support in this lower range, which is the $45,600 to $45,000 range. And we've got two scenarios here, but I do want to flip it over or bring it over to the total cryptocurrency market cap in just a second, because our scenarios are going to be determined, or we can actually see how they're going to play out based on the total cryptocurrency market cap as well. It's kind of, they correlate and they show each other, show us similar information. So first and foremost, the first scenario is that we get rejected around here, continue downwards, lose 44K, and obviously then heading down back into this support range. That is our bearish scenario, and obviously our trigger point for that is 44,400. So if we lose 44,400, we expect that to occur, right? Keep that in mind, 44,400. If we lose that level, we expect a downtrend to continue and at least to go back down to 39,500 to 41,500 range, all right? So keep that in mind. As for the upside scenario, we had an attempt of that upper resistance last night, but we do need to break above the upper resistance. I'm going to get rid of this crossover here. If we're able to get back above this resistance and hold it, we will continue upwards. Now, I posted a image of this in my VIP, and I think I posted on Twitter. I'll bring up on the screen over here so you can see it. We can see on this trend line here, we pushed upwards, but we did not find that support. So moving it back to the chart over here, we had this initial move up, but we didn't get that support resistance flip. And that support resistance flip, that flip over here, is what confirms the trend is going to go upwards. So until we get that support resistance flip over here, we can't expect the price to continue upwards. When we see this happen and then we dabble in here, we can expect a move past 48K. If we move past 48K, I do expect a continuation up to the $50,000 to $52,000 range, all right? So that's what we're expecting on the bullish case scenario. So how can we use the total cryptocurrency market cap to determine the direction, or how can we see how this move is actually playing out? Well, let's take a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap. And if we go back in history, we have a very, very, very strong horizontal resistance sitting at $2.14 trillion. And we can see this has been acting as a major resistance and support. And like I said, this chart very much correlates with the Bitcoin price action. We're going to go back to Bitcoin and take a look at the technical indicators in a second. But just looking at the overall structure, this chart is very, very similar to the Bitcoin chart. But of course, this takes into consideration altcoins and all other digital assets within the cryptocurrency space and on the cryptocurrency market. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at this upper resistance of 2.14 trillion. And we can see we had this exact fake out as Bitcoin pushed above this dynamic support. So it is similar, the structure is similar, but it's slightly different. If we're able to push above this range here, I'm going to show you, if we're able to push above this range here, find support 2.4 and continue upwards, Bitcoin will do exactly the same thing. Bitcoin will push upwards, find support here, push upwards. Now, if this occurs and we flip this range, I do believe 48k major resistance will not act as a strong resistance no longer. I believe that we will smash right through the 48k resistance and push higher. So the reason I'm saying we can use the cryptocurrency total market cap to predict the next move of Bitcoin is because this move here, this upward move above this trend line, so this move upwards above this trend line, I'm gonna get my pen back out again, this move here will happen, so precede this move here, all right? So if we see this occur here, we know this will happen after, all right? So we can predict or expect Bitcoin to push higher if we get that total cryptocurrency market cap above 2.14 trillion and its support resistance flips it and continues upwards. All right, so we can use that as a tool to predict where Bitcoin is going rather than the other way around. So very, very useful tool. Now, in saying that, can we use it to predict the flip? Can we use the total cryptocurrency market cap to predict the downward swing for Bitcoin? Now, this is where it gets a little bit different because altcoins are usually pegged a little bit more to Bitcoin. They move in correlation to Bitcoin's move, not vice versa. So generally, Bitcoin will move first, and then you have these drops in the total cryptocurrency market cap. Or these significant, a little slightly delayed drops, should I say. So what we need to do, we need to take a look at some of the technicals on Bitcoin to try to predict where we're heading. So of course, 4-hour chart looks horrendous. We had our doji candle, followed by a gravestone doji. Very, very bearish. Followed by a candle that is currently dropping into that bull market support range. And of course, if we close below it, well, I don't think I need to say what's going to happen there. I think that's pretty obvious. It's not looking too good. All right, so let's just move back to the daily chart. And we're going to take a look at some of our moving averages first and foremost. Our 100, 200, well above 100, which is really nice to see. Our 100 is lining up back down with this range here. So that can support a scenario where we come back and retest that. Worst case scenario, I think that is a possibility. If we lose 44k, 44.4k, of course, I think we'll retest that 100-day moving average on that trend line over here. Until then, we can definitely go upwards. 200-day moving average, unfortunately, has actually pushed a little bit higher in the last few days. So it's currently sitting around 48,300. So we can move this trend line slightly higher. Of course, this is still the line we need to break over to flip bullish again. Every time we cross that 200-day moving average on the daily, we see a significant impulse upwards. I can go back in history and show you every single time. Most of the time, like 95% of the time, we get a significant impulse upwards when we cross that 200-day moving average. We expect exactly the same thing to happen around this scenario. So moving on from that, if we take a look at some of our other indicators, we're going to take a look at let's bring up the Gaussian channel. Now, I love the Gaussian channel. I've been telling you guys about the Gaussian channel for a long time. And we first mentioned the Gaussian channel when we were down into the range here. We did a video on it a few weeks back saying if we are able to flip the midline of the Gaussian channel, find support of the Gaussian channel, we will push directly through the Gaussian channel. That is exactly what has happened. Exactly what has happened. We've found resistance on the midline, pushed through, and we're looking really good. All right, the Gaussian channel is looking really good. It's quite rare to see a break through the Gaussian channel, a push upwards, and then an immediate drop back down below the Gaussian channel. So we can assume based on this Gaussian channel, it's very, very low chance that even if we come back down, from here, it's a low chance we're going to drop below that Gaussian channel again. It'll be very, very rare. I haven't seen it happen many times with the Gaussian channel, particularly on the daily chart. It's very, very rare. I don't think I've seen it at all on the Bitcoin chart on daily before. So keep in mind that our 41k, I think that 41k to 39k for that bearish scenario, if we get rejected here massively to lose 44k, that will be our buying zone. This will be your buying zone again, all right? So we've talked a lot about basically all of it today. If you got any questions about what we talked about, leave them down in comments below. I've tried to cover a bit. I hope today's video has helped you in some degree figure out more or less, not so much the short-term exact movements, because I want to just reinstill in you guys. Anything that happens between these gray boxes does not matter. All right? Anything that happens between these gray boxes does not matter. I'm going to say it again. It really doesn't matter. It's just a ping pong ball bouncing between side to side. That's all it is. It's not making a decision. It's not making a direction. It's on the fence. Do not put your money in when the market is on the fence. Put your money in when it's made its decision and is tipping over the edge. All right? You jump in, you catch the fall, or you catch the pump. That's it. All right? Don't waste your time investing now unless you find really good trades. For example, Matic Network, great risk reward on Matic Network. You lose 4%, you can make 20, 25% on that right now. All right. So unless you find these exceptionally good trades, there's a lot of altcoins right now are looking really good. And a couple of altcoins are down from our entries in the last few days, but we have to remember that all these altcoins are at their weekly resistances. Their weekly resistances. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at its major horizontal resistance. If this can push upwards here, we've just scored the best entry you could possibly get on these altcoins for the next few weeks or months even. All right. So although they might be down like 1%, 1.5% now, which is insignificant really, your entry risk towards your reward is very, very much favorable. At the end of the day, trading is all about odds. It's all about numbers and statistics. If you're trading a specific strategy over and over, which is a successful and profitable strategy, not all your trades are going to be victory. Not all your trades will be wins, but when you do win, and you will win more frequently, your rewards from your winning trades will be covering the losses from multiple losing trades. All right, so your risk reward is always going to be very much favorable. I hope this video makes sense, guys. I hope it's giving you a little bit of insight on what to expect. To reinstate it one more time, do not get FOMO until we break 48K, and if we lose 44.4K, you can be scared. All right. I will catch you in the next video. Tomorrow's video is going to be the update on Matic Network. We'll do that technical analysis on Matic Network, and I'll see you then.